You give this guy a golf club, he'll probably try to fuck it.
Who's scruffy looking?
You might wanna buckle up, baby.
I just assumed it's a Wookiee.
Hey, it's me.
Everything you heard about me is true.
If you come with us, you're in this life for good.
Hey,
Check. Cunt. Okay.
we are here. Scruffy Looking Podcast, episode number 269. I am currently your host. Normally it's Jimmy leading the way, but it's me today. Jimmy can't make it. He's doing some May 4th be with you kind of stuff today. Yes, May the 4th be with you is currently right now. So we decided to talk about Star Wars. How about that? I'm also I'm also winging it. Here we go. I'm also here with Mr. Christopher Hall from across the
Hey,
pond.
mate. How we doing? We all right?
We're all right. We're all right. Be right.
Excellent. So we've got no Jimmy, and I'm
Right.
also flying solo. No Kevin. Kevin's currently travelling back from London.
Ah, yes. Why was he there, Christopher?
Kevin was... he's just landed back in the country. He spent the weekend in New York. Signing papers. He's now legally married. So congratulations, Kevin, Emily.
Yay.
Hey, woo.
Don't worry. We gave him shit for doing it on May the 3rd and not May the 4th. And he agrees he should have. But
yeah, well, I think Kev wanted to, but she doesn't like Star Wars, does she? So you know what I mean. She weren't having any. She weren't having any of that.
oh no! Don't make fun of me, Lind. Mad.
I do that, mate, just by opening my mouth. So it's just this gift I've got. But yeah, congratulations, guys! Can't wait for the wedding at the end of the month.
Yes, yes. And you may have heard a little laughter coming from our guest today. From the other, it's not across the pond, across the whole United States, across the Pacific, over there in Australia, Mr. Matthew Turbin, right? Turbo, if you will.
Call me what you like. Hey. Thanks for having me on, lads. It's been a while, but appreciate you giving me the invite and coming on to have a chat.
Yes,
Have a
fresh
chat.
off the plane
Let's
from
have a chat.
Japan, right? And fresh off
Yeah.
some wins
Oh,
in
have I got
Premier
some
League.
stories to tell? Have I got
Get
some
that out
stories
of
to
the way,
tell?
then. Come on, because
Okay,
we've got no forest talk, have we? So go straight into it.
no
Turbo.
Forest.
Come on.
Yep. So
Okay,
Turbo is an avid Liverpool fan. How are you feeling right now, Turbo?
Well, this morning I'm feeling a bit average because Liverpool lost against Chelsea. but it does not matter because last weekend was absolutely glorious. We won the league. When I say we, I did everything to help them.
Yes, you
Won
did.
the league with 4 games to spare, beating Tottenham, and it was at home at Anfield, and it was glorious because we got to celebrate a win with a packed stadium. I don't know if you saw the scenes. There was some craziness outside. There was some flares. There was some just absolutely mental, but it was just glorious. Really enjoyed it.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
Your team
And,
keeps
and
winning.
we keep winning, but last 5 years ago we won, and it didn't feel real because I don't know if you remember, Liverpool won
It's
the
in
league
lockdown,
during
wasn't
Was that?
yeah.
Yeah,
in
Liverpool won the
lockdown,
league
wasn't it?
during
Yeah.
lockdown, and it was a bit weird, like they had to celebrate, lift the trophy in front of an empty stadium. No
Yeah.
fans allowed. So yeah, this was long time coming, 5 years, and it feels good. Feels good.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Congratulations all around then this evening. Have you
Now,
got to be congratulated on it?
Yeah. I have a question, Turbo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does your doctor know you're losing all this sleep because you're staying up late at night to watch these games?
I mean, as you can see from the bags under my eyes, it's probably self-evident, but I've never slept well anyway, so you know, I have this compulsion to watch games live. So for those that don't know, our poor suckers in Australia have to watch these Premier League games between about 11 p.m. and 6 a.m. roughly.
Oof.
So
Man.
you got to make that
So-
decision to either go to sleep early or stay up or have a drink or have a cup of tea. It's it's a
Yeah,
fine
so when I
line.
said avid fan, it was an understatement. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And because you don't record and watch later. You just go in live, right?
Oh, I've got an app that I can, watch live straight in the morning, but I just like the feeling that I'm watching it with the rest of my
Everybody. Yeah,
everybody.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. All right. Is that enough, Chris?
Yes, mate. Is there any more football coming up?
We'll see.
I just want to say sorry to Kevin Forrest because we should have beat Chelsea this morning, but we didn't beat Chelsea, and Chelsea are now ahead of Forest for the European
Uh-oh.
places. So sorry, Kev. I think
Yeah, because they
Liverpool's
need to
just
be. Do they need to be third or fourth?
it's top 5 this year.
Top 5?
Top 5 gets to Europe. But yeah, I think Liverpool players were just hungover. To be honest, they just looked. Yeah.
So is Forest in 6th right now? Then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's classic Forest right there.
Yep. 4 weeks left, mate. Throwing it away, having
Yeah.
a shitter.
Or no, they're gonna stay right there and then leave it in the balance, like right till the end.
Well, there are other. Oh, I'm going to talk about football, but there are other European competitions. So top 5 is Champions League. I think 6 and 7 is Europa League, and 8 is European Conference League.
Oh,
So
okay.
European Conference League takes you to some wild and wonderful places throughout Europe. Really small venues and
Oh,
off
I'm
the beaten
excited to
track.
see if Kev goes to those. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That'll be good. Anyway, shall we talk about Star Wars and our weeks?
Let's do it,
So-
mate. Yes.
All right. I'll go first. Last night, I've done something I've never done. I know you guys have done it. It's like a thing for a while, but I've never done it, surprisingly, because considering my
Yeah. Out of
background
all
in
of the sets.
playing in orchestras and shit. But I finally did Star Wars live in concert, and it was A
Nice.
New Hope. It was a really good venue. It was up in Bangor at the college there. They have really good like theater there, and the conductor apparently is seasoned at doing this because he was asked in 2010 by John Williams
Oh
to
wow.
do a tour for him for 3 months across the country, doing these live in concerts. So he's seasoned, and it did not disappoint. It was very good. It's funny throughout it. There were sounds from the movie that I didn't notice in the normal movie because it was like sounded like sound effects, like scratching of rocks or whatever. Like I didn't notice when I watched the
Yeah.
movie normally, but they were like kind of louder, trying to balance the sounds in there with the live orchestra and stuff. So I thought that was cool. It did disappoint me when they didn't do the Cantina Band live
Mate.
on.
The first time I ever went to see it, I thought exactly the same thing. I was like, this bit's going to be sick. And I was like, oh, no. Gutted.
I did notice though, like if they were to do that, they'd have to because in certain times in the movie, it's loud and then suddenly
Yeah.
soft
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the characters are talking. So
Of
it makes
course.
sense. I believe that's it. I'm playing in a violin recital on Tuesday. I'm playing piano accompaniment for a. Did I mention this last time? Anyway, a 7th grader. And I only mention this because when I was in 6th grade, I played this song in front of my entire elementary school on violin. And now it's like come full circle. And on Tuesday, I'm playing piano accompaniment for a 7th grader playing it. So it's just like, boom. Mind
You old,
Flashbacks.
son. You old.
Yeah. And I'm old. That's the thing. But it's the same recital my girls are playing in. They're playing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star because they're new to the violin. But, you know, Ed's Tiger Dad making them play violin and piano, you know, Asians. I can say that because I'm Asian. Anyway, that is my week.
Oh wait, Ed. Wait. Did the
Wait.
girls went to the concert? Yeah.
Oh yeah, they did. They went with
They
me
enjoy.
last night.
They enjoy it. Yeah.
They did. They stayed awake the entire time. They weren't like bored at all. You know, because A New Hope's an older
Yeah.
movie, and like kids can get kind of like bored towards the end or whatever. And they were riveted, like in on it, the entire movie. And they were looking at the orchestra and stuff the whole time. They have a better appreciation because they like dabbled in music now, so I think that helped.
Sweet.
But yeah, they loved it. It was great.
Nice one.
How about you, Chris? Did you do this?
Me? What have I been up to? What have I been up to? Obviously, Garbett comes round every Wednesday, doesn't he? Scrounging off me, drinking my tea and eating me Orange Club biscuits while we're watching bloody Andor. We'll get to that. Yeah, it's been a busy week at work. And then yesterday, I went on some more toy adventures, obviously, because I'm awake, so I'm either thinking about records or toys. And I went,
or Pokemon.
I went down
toys, right?
Yes, it's a show that me and Kev go to every year, but as we've talked about, Kev was not able to attend, and it's a show called ToyCon UK. So it's not like a vintage toy show; it's a designer toy show. So it's all like art toys and independent like creators.
The best.
So it's more high end stuff, but more bespoke and bizarrer than normal. So
There
my
he is, the
friend,
artist.
yes, he'd love it. He would. So I went down to mate Dale's. I was talked about Dale before. Forest fan. He's been mentioned
brother,
a few
right?
times. My
Or
brother.
no, your friend.
Yeah, you wouldn't know who he is, mate, because you never listened.
Well,
Do you? So
my brother is Dale. Well, that's what brother
is he?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of.
Of course you were, Ed. Yeah, so he lives down south. We're old school friends. So he lives down south now, and I went down there, stayed over on Friday. Ended up watching football, actually. I needed Wolves to win, get some points in my team, but Man City won, didn't they? Bastards.
Look
Anyway,
at Christopher.
yeah, what?
Like, hypocrisy right here. He's like, I don't want to talk about football. Now here he is. I'm just kidding.
Well, that's why I don't, because I've had an absolute shitter, because I was fucking about 6 weeks in a row top at league in Scruffy's league, and life got on top of me. Things have been a bit rubbish. My mind's been elsewhere, and I just let it slip like 2 weeks in a row, and now I just can't get it back. And obviously Matt Mole loves that, doesn't he? He's like, ah. So
it's okay. I'm coming first. We've got Matt Mole under control. It's fine.
Yeah. Excellent. You've got to keep it there, mate. Keep it there. Hold it out. But yeah, well, if I can't beat Matt Mole, I wanted to beat Kev, and now Kev's beating me. But anyway, I went to this toy show in London yesterday. It was rad. Yeah, it's just full of all wonderful artists, basically, that make really.
You come home with anything?
Mate, what do you think? Of course I did. Spent far too much money that I ain't got on stupid things. But it's great, isn't it? It's great. I love stuff. Makes me
Any
happy.
Star Wars things? No?
Did I get any Star Wars things? Yes, I did, mate. Right, I've got. In fact, I'm gonna go off camera for this. So talk amongst.
I'm
this,
excited.
this is in tribute to Andy. I'm going off camera. Talk amongst yourselves, everyone.
Talk amongst yourself. I like grab a thing. Speaking of Andy, I did get a new mug. Chewy mug. It's got his mouth on the front, so it looks like when you're drinking it, like you have Chewy's mouth. But then on the
That looks
inside,
like a Rancor's face.
I know a little bit, but it's Chewy. And then on the inside, on the rim, it says "Drink it up, comma fuzzball." Boom.
Nice. Love it. Yes, so I bought like lots of like weird, gross out stuff that I'm like into. Like, how sick is this? Look, what I'm showing is like this.
Oh, look at that paint job.
Zombified skull that's like super
Ooh.
detailed,
Purple,
and fucking
green.
sick. Like
That is sweet.
slime
Eyes
everywhere.
popping out. That's really
But
good.
on the other end of the spectrum, like this guy had done these like toys, but they were really like, the thing about bootleg toys is they're either really high end or really shit, but their shit ones have got a charm to them that's like they're almost supposed to be shit.
Yeah.
And this wasn't even for sale. This guy had just got it on his on his table, and he'd bought it with him. And I was like, dude, I need that. I've got to buy it off you. And it's this little tiny Chewbacca, like just made out of resin. That's like really poor. It looks like a little Mexican bootleg that you'd find on your holidays. But yeah, so yeah, I did get a little Star Wars thing.
Looks like it's melted.
Yeah. And I got this little this rubbish Boba Fett as well. And his helmet comes off and he's got like a handlebar mustache.
What? And it's blonde?
Yeah. Wild, man. Wild. So yeah, that was rad. Kev was missed. Because there was lots of like Godzilla stuff there. So I always love it when we go anywhere and there's Godzilla stuff, because Kev does that thing where he gets annoyed that things exist. Like he'll see something and
then he needs them. Yeah.
Yeah, he'll see something and he'll go, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Like, and it's just really funny. But yeah, a good time. A good time
So
was had.
true.
Isn't it? It just gets dead angry.
I just picture. I could totally.
I'd love to see him in Tokyo just looking for Godzilla stuff. That would.
Mate, he would lose it. He would lose it.
To hear about it. Yeah.
Obviously, he's not on the Discord, so I've been sharing some photos with him from the Japan channel, and just like I'm showing him pictures, and he's just going, "Oh, mate, fucking hell, oh!" Like, as I'm showing it, and then he just like we get to the end of it, and he's like, he just turns, and he goes, "Mate, me and you would be fucked in Japan, wouldn't we?"
You would be.
You show any of them to Jack, your son?
Any
of
the Japan pictures?
Stuff? The Godzilla stuff?
Yeah, mate, he loves it. He finds it really funny.
I was gonna say he loves Godzilla, right?
Yeah, he likes. He was asking because I got this Godzilla thing yesterday, and he was asking me all about it. He was in my room earlier, actually, like just making up. It's funny, anyway. Yeah, I think that's it. Let me just check. I have to go into my my camera roll to see what I've done, because I'm that old. I can't remember.
I'm totally.
I've been crafting this week. I sent you some photos, didn't I, Ed?
Oh yeah, me too. I've been crafted as well.
Yes, yes, we have. So coming soon, another episode of Just Crafting.
Yes.
I'm calling it out. It's now being recorded that I've said it, and I put it out into the universe, so it has to happen.
It's gonna precipitate. It's gonna happen. It's gonna do it.
I know that Sean's ready. Yeah, but finally, I finished the robots and primed them up, ready for painting. So we'll talk about that.
By finish up, he means they're ready to be painted with a brush.
Yes, yeah. I finished the builds of 4 robots, primed them, highlighted them, ready for paint.
Yes.
Nice.
And I added so I had primed the Rancor brown.
Finally, can you believe it?
Yeah. finally, I have added a layer of contrast paint, the sewer brown color, whatever it is. I can't remember the exact name, but sewer is in the name, but it's a brown. And so it really accentuates the cracks in the Rancor, the skin and stuff, the armor on his back. So like you can really see the cracks, but it's still dark. I haven't highlighted yet. And then I painted his teeth white.
Nice.
But that's just a base. It's gonna get better. It's layers. That's what it is, right, Chris? It's layers.
Yes, mate. Not to get too nerdy on this podcast, but are you going to get your airbrush out, mate? Yeah.
It's a
I
lot
think
of
you
work,
should.
man. Dude, I got the airbrush, and it's a really nice airbrush, but it's a pain in the butt because
If only I was going to be in Maine in a few weeks and had a little space in my suitcase, mate. I'll have that. Come on,
yeah, I
that'll come home.
know.
5-finger discount.
I should get that out. I gotta. It's time consuming because you gotta like keep it clean.
It's a
because
cleaning
any-
process, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's if any particle gets in there, it starts splattering, or if air gets in there, it's a pain in the ass. And then once it does that, you got to fix it. So that's a whole process. So,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying fix the airbrush, fix the fucking miniature that you're trying to paint when there's like
Yeah.
shit splatters all over it. But when it's
Yeah.
working well, it is fucking phenomenal. The color blending is the gradients color blending is very awesome.
Come on, mate. We can't do this to Turbo. This is for a different.
I know. I'm sorry, Turbo.
A different podcast.
Sorry, I'm just making sure my kids are off on their way to school. So
Yes.
What
it
time?
Is.
What time is it, mate?
7:20.
Bloody hell.
7:20 a.m. in Australia. It is 5:19 p.m. here in Maine, the great state, as Jimmy would say. And what's in the UK?
10:20 p.m.
There you go. That's a
International.
podcast right there.
That's the future, isn't it?
International.
Eh?
Yeah.
Brilliant. I was just thinking if I've watched anything outside of Andor. Oh yes, of course I have. Star Wars. Yeah, I started watching Rebels again. So I watched what's
Rebels
the first
rewatch.
5 yeah. Rebels rewatch. Dun, 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 dun. We need a soundbite for that. Come on. Jimmy,
Well,
get
you
your
know, you
horns
saw
out.
I don't have
there's
it.
a podcast out. Vanessa Marshall and all the voice characters have released a podcast recapping every
Nice.
episode. So all the official.
Oh
voice-
really?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know the name, but yeah, you look it up.
Rebels rewatch. That's what it's called, mate.
Something like that.
We've just
Something like
we've just coined it.
Dude.
So this is Chris's Rebels rewatch. It's really
just waiting
funny.
for you-
What
I'm just
what
waiting for you
gone?
to say that Chopper's awesome. But anyway, continue.
Chopper is awesome. No, it's great. I really like Rebels. It's a fun watch. I had forgot that in episode 2, Goldenrod's in it though, so that threw me off a little bit. It was,
Yeah. That'll
annoying.
happen.
They're just so easy to watch. Like I can watch them on my phone. They're like 20 minutes while I'm on the treadmill and stuff, or just like in the kitchen cooking. And they're easy to blast through. So have them on in the background while I'm doing stuff. They're good, but yeah, it's really interesting watching it now. I think they did a great job because it was the first new thing that Disney did, wasn't it? After the
I think it
acquisition.
overlapped, right? Didn't they start it and then it kind of like
I think
they
it was the
overlap,
first
or was
the
that the
first project. Pod of Rebellion. Vanessa
that's
Marshall.
the pod she's doing. Nice.
I'll inevitably not check that out because I don't need another podcast.
Too many podcasts. Too many podcasts.
in my life, mate. Yeah, if people choose to listen to this one rather than actual good ones, I still don't understand why, but thank you. Cheers.
No, I
Rebels,
was
good
wrong.
in it.
Did not overlap.
I'm rambling, mate. It's going. Go on, Turbo.
No. I Googled. That's why I was silent. I was like, no, you're right. It did not overlap. But also, I want to add on to that before Turbo goes that I watched the first episode today of Star Wars Underworld, Tales of the Underworld.
Oh,
And
nice.
I'm
Yeah,
not going
yeah.
to spoil anything, but it's really good. It's about Asajj Ventress, and it's cool. My girls
Sick.
watched it with me and they liked it. So
Nice.
it's fun. We get a little Quinlan. Just saying. No
Spoilers.
ATSD though. Sorry. But anyway, okay. Turbo, what have you been up to lately?
Mate.
It's been a
Apart from
minute,
Liverpool-
mate.
It's been a minute.
Any Brown?
No, no. So, a bit of an update. So, what did I do? I didn't do anything on May the 4th, to be honest. Well, it's May the 4th still over there, right?
Yeah, it is technically. Yeah.
I just thought I've been Star Warsed out with Star Wars Celebration. I thought there was something in the city, Sydney City, going on, but no. Last weekend, I went to see Revenge of the Sith in 4DX. Took the whole family.
That's a new thing, right? That they
I
did.
don't know if it's new, but I was thinking it was going to be 3D, but it's not 3D. 4DX is
Yeah.
basically you sit in a chair. If you can imagine Star Tours, right? Star Tours is like a chair that moves around, and Star Tours without the 3D. But there's other stuff going on, like lightning. So there's lightning. There's mists of water going on, so you get sprayed in the
I
face.
was wondering. Yeah. That's cool.
You get little jets of air blown in your ears. It tickles your ears. You get at the back of the seat. There's like a punching bag. So basically, if there's something going on, there's like boom, boom, boom in the back of your head. And me and Luke enjoyed it, but Pip and Toby just didn't have fun. It was like going on a ride for 2 hours, like 2.5 hours, and you get a bit of you get a bit of whiplash and that sort of stuff. But no, it was great. It's a great experience to see that on the big screen.
I'm
lots
on I'm on Pip's team, mate. I saw Force Awakens in 4DX, and it's not for
So-
me, mate.
So
Not at all.
wait. So did you get punched in the back when Obi-Wan was like, "My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy," and he just like punches you in the back?
Actually, the punches were some really odd moments. Like, yeah, just
Oh, yeah?
out of place. You just get punched in the back. You don't.
Your new empire.
I hate you.
Punch.
No, but that was good. I'm glad I did it. But yeah, so the week before that, I think, how long ago was Celebration? 2 weeks ago. Yeah, you guys have already covered the news, so that was good to listen to. To be honest, when I was at Celebration, I didn't actually hear a lot of the news. I heard it sort of third hand, because as you know, you kind of wander around the con, wander around the show floor, and you're kind of doing your own thing, and you hear bits and pieces. Like I didn't get to every panel, so I missed the first panel with all the announcements. I think me and Sean were in the Hasbro line at the time. And yeah, so it's a different experience when you're there. So it's actually good to get a news recap, I think. But this Celebration, I made the point of trying to spend time with friends as opposed to worrying about stuff like queuing for merch and, making sure you hear all the news or trying to get into panels. It was just, yeah, thinking about Andy. I was just thinking about, no, I just need to go and spend time with friends and hang out, and that was the most important bit. So that had a really great time. We had a good crew over there. We had Josh and his family were there for one day, but Josh and Sean and Madison showed up, so that was really great to hang out with her. And we had Jess Schrader and her son were there, Kimberly and Andrew, and have I forgotten any? Oh, of course, Catherine. I was there on the day she met Diego, so that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
Oh man, she must have been
and,
over the moon.
Yeah, that I'm glad we got that happening. Turned out to be a really good day for her. Busy day, but it was really good. So yeah,
Amazing.
Oh, I got to say, MVP. I don't know if you saw photos of my mate Clint.
I did, mate. Yes.
I've known Clint since I was about 7 years old. Went to school together. We were Star Wars buddies. He had been to Star Wars Celebration Indianapolis, I think. So he had experienced Celebration, but not.
Oh wow, that's an old
Not-
one.
That was the old school one. Yeah, that's before kids and stuff. But this is his first time going to this sort of bigger Disneyfied Star Wars Celebration, and it was absolutely mental. But he was all up for it. Like he loves his selfies. That guy. He was sort of the life of the party. And I don't know if you know saw his photos. He loves wearing green. So every time he wears something, it has to be green. He's got this thing about Yoda. Yoda's his man, and yeah, he
Nice.
enjoyed the hell out of himself. He was. If I was to typify the spirit of celebration, that was it. Like he was.
Is he going
up.
to LA?
I'm pretty sure I will. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I will.
Nice.
Sweet. Okay.
So yeah, what else went on? A couple of little panels that I went to. I went to Blast Point's panel called the George Lucas Super Live Adventure. I don't know if you guys know about that show at all. So the George Lucas
Oh.
Super Live Adventure was this crazy production, a live production, live musical production, stage show, if you call it that, which was about 92, 93. And it was only in Japan. So well, it started in Japan. So the stage show was all endorsed by George. George even came over and did his kind of Japanese promotion of the show. But basically, it was a production of paying tribute to all George Lucas's films on stage as a musical with
Oh wow.
inflatable jabbers. Like there was trapeze artists. There was it was just mental, absolutely mental. But the films that they covered were Willow, Indiana Jones, Tucker Man in His Dreams, Star Wars, and American Graffiti. So it was a live production of kind of like
Wow.
musical tributes to those things. And it cost so much money. It did really well, but it cost so much money that they never took it outside of Japan. So as a result, it's a very uniquely Japan production.
That's really cool.
There's merch. There's really rare merch for this George Lucas Super Live Adventure thing. And yeah, the Blast Points dudes, I think they recorded the podcast, not the visuals, but yeah, it was a really good sort of smaller panel to see, kind of unique panel that was uniquely Japanese Star Wars.
So I have a question. At these panels, did they translate to Japanese or like what? Like, was that a thing? Like, was there
In the
a
smaller
language thing?
panels like this, they didn't obviously, but every main panel they had text translation. And anytime there was a Japanese speaker on stage, they translate it live to English. So,
Okay.
yeah. And they, in advance, the schedule was flagged whether it was Japanese language or English language. So,
Oh, okay. That's helpful.
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so I tried to see sort of smaller panels and because you can go back and see a lot of the live streams. Like the live stage was cool. You're familiar with the live stage that people come out on stage and have a bit of a chat, but that you can watch them all later. So yeah, in terms of
Yeah,
layout,
well, I find going to like a bunch of these celebrations evolves over time. Like you're like
Yeah.
at first you're like go to all the big ones, and they're like slow, and you start going to the smaller ones. You start just doing it for friends, like you said.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just how it is.
Mate, in London, the last one we went to, me and you just got pissed all weekend.
Yep.
Literally,
Well, I was thinking, given Japan has got like you can buy beer and stuff in convenience supermarkets and stuff, I thought there'd be more of a place to sit down and have a drink, but there was not. The
No.
food hall didn't really cater for that, so there was no hanging place where everyone met to have a drink, which is probably
there's
good.
no beer vending machines, mate. No.
No, which was really surprising
Oh.
for such a
Ah.
vending machine focused country. You could get a beer out in the food near the food trucks outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was not such a place like London. Comparing to London, there was no place to hang like that. In terms of layout, this was probably one of the better ones. It was, well, apart from the first day, you know what first days of celebration like. They're chaos. People don't know what
Carnage,
they're
mate.
doing.
Yeah.
The traffic, the crowd flows are just bumping
Lines,
against
yeah.
each other. People have to figure out where they need to go. People are asking questions, and it's just absolute chaos. But after the first morning, it just flowed really well. It was lots of good airflow. It was just much easier to navigate than London. Um, what else? What else?
How
Yeah, just
how is like being like the cultural differences like your place you stayed, the
yeah,
bathrooms,
yeah.
I don't know, like
So I was in Tokyo for a hard and fast like 6 days maybe.
yeah.
A lot of our other friends stayed a bit longer either side of it.
You've done Japan quite a bit, though, haven't you, mate? Before.
Yeah, this is my third trip. So
Yeah.
took the fam
Oh,
last
okay.
October to Japan, and kind of got that out of the way. So that was how I was lucky enough to be able to go solo this time because got the Japan stuff out of the way last year. But in terms of the con itself, was still a really good mix of um, different people from different countries. There was a lot of Americans, a lot of people from the UK. I think I think Diego said there was 120 different countries represented. So it
Yeah,
seemed
I
like a
heard him say
very,
that on
very,
the live stream.
very international kind of feel. The convention center is in sort of the Chiba prefecture, which is a bit further out of Tokyo. It's about an hour out of Tokyo. Um, Fairly close enough, about 20 minutes away from Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea. Um, this time round, the we were pretty lucky to stay close to the convention. We all stayed at the APA hotel, which is about a 5-10 minute walk to the convention. So that was always, it's my first time staying right close to a convention, and I think that helped. In terms of a bit of a place to hang, the APA hotel lobby seemed to be the place to hang at nights. They have two convenience stores in the hotel. They're called Lawson's. Um, and basically people would just buy cans of drink and hang out in the lobby. There was no hotel bar either, which was interesting, but people just hanging out drinking
Oh,
cans
wow.
in the lobby. Um,
Saw a few photos
yeah,
of you and Sean propping up I say the bar, but there's no
yeah.
bar, so propping up the lobby.
I think it was the last night. We were determined to be the last men standing at the bar, and yeah,
Good lads.
we did it. Yeah, it was good. It was good to hang out with Sean. Really good times. As I said, focus on people, focus on friends. We got to go to Tokyo Disneyland. I had no plans to go to Tokyo Disneyland since I was there in October with my family, but as you know me, I've got a bit of FOMO. Uh, on the Thursday night before celebration, a few people sort of said they were going. Josh and Josh's family, um, yeah, Andrew and Kim, Sean. We all just went, fuck it, let's go. So I bought a ticket. I bought a ticket on the day, and most of us did the evening from I think 3 p.m. or 5 p.m. We got to ride the new Star Tours. It had the new scenes on it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, had Mando and Grogu sort of 3D hologram image. They had the Purgles, so Purgle scene at the end.
Nice.
Yeah, so
He's
I did
not
about
listening because otherwise he would be getting excited.
we had about 3 rides
I like
on that
space
one.
whales.
Space whales, yeah. And yeah, Haunted Mansion, all the regulars at Tokyo Disneyland. So that was fun.
So was that an after dark event like the one we did in
It was.
Anaheim?
It wasn't a planned Star Wars event. No, it was
Right.
just a regular night. So I think you pay like $40 and you get evening pass. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right, isn't it?
So I couldn't say no if someone says you want to go to
Yeah,
Disneyland.
of course,
I'm like,
mate.
FOMO. FOMO. In terms
they
of
got
other
an-
panels, I got. What's that?
Sorry, is there a Galaxy's Edge, mate, there, or is it?
No. It's just
No.
Star Tours, and
Right.
a lot of the rides are getting reconstructed, like Space Mountain and a few other things. So, yeah.
I would have had a hard time not trying to get to Super Nintendo World, which is not in Tokyo, but it's
Yeah. So I did see Super Nintendo World in October. So that was in Osaka Universal Studios.
yeah. Was it good? Do you like it?
It was good, except you should ask my boys about this one. It rained. It started pissing down when we got to Super Nintendo
Oh
World.
no.
So it was evening, and there's a funny photo or video of me and Toby on this ride, and the ride is like this Yoshi's it's like a little roller coaster that really small kids roller coaster kind of thing. Like it just takes you around. It goes inside and out the mountain. So
Yeah.
as we're going out the mountain, it was just absolutely pouring down, and you can see me and Toby with sad faces in the rain. So
Yeah.
it was good, but the experience was just a bit of a pisser. So yeah, good excuse to go
Cool.
back, I think. But yeah, so
Went-
here you go.
Sorry, you went to Godzilla's shop, didn't you? To the store.
Yeah, so first night I stayed in Tokyo, and I think the last night as well. So Tokyo's sort of city in Asakusa, but yeah, the Shinjuku Godzilla shop went to as well.
I'd be fucked in there.
There's too many things to buy. I
Me
think
and
I
Kev,
just
me
bought
and
it.
Kev be wrecked.
Yeah, the thing about Japan is or at least Tokyo, and the amount of visual stimulation you have. You go to a shop, like you don't, you almost, there's too much choice. I don't know what to buy. It's ridiculous. We went to this place called Nakano Broadway. There's a lot of secondhand toys there. 4 stories of just secondhand toys.
Yeah.
There's a whole shop dedicated to Star Wars. There's a whole shop dedicated to Godzilla. And even I was like, didn't know what to do with myself.
I've seen videos there. Some YouTubers that
Yeah.
YouTubers that I follow have been there.
Just
yeah, that's the dream, mate. That is.
Yeah, I hope you guys get to go to Japan someday.
It's kind of on my bucket list.
It's on mine, mate, for sure.
I'm kind of addicted to it. I'd go back every year, to be honest.
Yeah,
yeah.
Because it's not that far for you guys, is it? Is it like
It's a
about
9
8
hour
hours,
direct.
isn't it? 9.
Yeah,
That's
9
all right.
hours. Yeah. Yeah.
Better than coming here, isn't it?
It's a ways for us, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, more for Chris, I think, maybe.
Let me Google
terms
it
of,
while you guys are chatting.
In terms of highlights, those little moments at celebration where you don't expect or you don't plan.
Yeah.
I think it was the first night of celebration. We were trying to find a place to eat. We ended up finding a English pub. There's a chain of pubs over there called the Hub.
Ooh.
And so if you're ever looking for just some typical English food like fish and chips or whatever, it does seem a bit weird going all the way there to hang out in a pub, but there were reasons for it. One of them was to see Liverpool play a couple of nights later. But no, so we were trying to find a table, and I think it was Josh and Catherine and a few others. Place was packed, and then I think Josh started inviting other people. Like there were other podcasters like Imperial Senate podcast and few people we knew, and all of a sudden there was about 15 or 20 of us that were in the pub, and there was a baseball game going on next door. So there was baseball playing. After the game finished, they just started playing The Phantom Menace on TV in the pub, on every screen in the pub. Loud. When I say loud,
Nice.
when you walked outside the pub, they had loudspeakers outside the pub, so you could listen to the Phantom Menace.
Brilliant.
Outside the pub. So it turned into a bit of an event. Like there were, and the English lads like Charlie Ashby and those, they were doing football chants to the Phantom Menace, like just stuff like "You hate sand and you know it," and all these sort of things. And yeah, it just turned out to be a pretty rowdy kind of event. That was it was a good time. That was unplanned, unannounced.
Excellent.
In those sort of moments.
They're always the best bits, mate. The unplanned
yeah.
shenanigans that you get into.
Oh, the next night too, Clinton and a few of his mates that were over there as well. There's a massive shopping center next to the convention center, and we were there, had some dinner, and then we started seeing all these signs about this Star Wars event there. And we walked outside, and there was this massive outdoor Star Wars event. It was mainly for kids and stuff, but they had a DJ there and everything. And they just had just basically Star Wars sort of techno drum and bass kind of DJ there doing Star Wars music. And we were dancing around like idiots. and there was so many cosplayers there. So there was like battle droids doing the robot kind of thing.
Oh man.
It was
Brilliant.
just
Yes.
it was just mental. And again, we didn't know about that until we got there, and it was just
So that was one thing we talked about on our podcast about Japan being like the cosplaying over there must be fucking nuts. Like,
yeah.
did you experience like see like some like was it compare it to like other celebrations? What would you say?
I'd say as good, if not better, if not better. And
Wow.
what's interesting, the focus was not there was not a huge amount of original trilogy. It was a lot of prequels, a lot of like newer stuff. Just
Nice.
did you see the photo of Mon Mothra?
Yeah. So good.
I
Yeah,
got to go through those photos.
I haven't
So
posted on
good.
mine yet. I'll post more on mine later. But
Such
yeah,
a
good
simple
times.
mashup, but like brilliant.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
No, it's a good time. I'm addicted now to celebration. It's my fourth celebration. I said to my wife, I feel like I need to go to every celebration for the rest of my life.
You goddamn right you do, mate.
Yeah.
You're goddamn right.
My girls are like, we want to go to the next one. I'm like, oh man. So
Well,
that might
just
happen at some point.
you have to start them off with one day. So Josh's girls
Yeah.
were there. They loved it. But yeah, anything more than one day for young kids. Your girls are a bit older, but yeah, just start them off with one day.
Yeah, and
So
if
when-
they want to do another one, sure.
Don't
Yeah.
overload them.
Yeah, when it was in London in 2016 for the Rogue One year, I took my kids then for the day. It was really good. Jax was in a pushchair. He slept all the way through Steele's podcast. It was great.
It was really good. What would he do now? Ooh.
Carnage, mate. We'll find out, won't we, in 2 years?
Yeah. As you bringing them?
And-
You bringing the fam? Well, that's the plan currently.
Yeah, mate. The plan is the full crew, mate. Take over LA. Let's go.
I think I want to try and convince mine as well.
I'm not sure they were going to enjoy Amoeba Records, but, you know, I'll get rid of them for a few hours and get digging back in them crates.
So a few other things. We were watching the Andor panel. So it was Josh, Sean, and I. And as you know, Josh got these t-shirts made
Yes.
with Andy's face from the Just Shilling logo that
Yes.
Chris
Andy Bell. Yes.
designed. So Andy Bell. So during that panel, I don't know if you saw that panel. Filoni was talking about Ray Stevenson and the loss of him and how that hit everyone hard. And we were wearing those shirts and our beanies and thinking about Andy, and it just really hit us hard. Like
Yeah.
the way he was talking about Ray, and obviously we always joked that Andy Bell was would do a good Balin
Cosplay, mate. Yeah.
cosplay.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was probably one of the most emotional moments. It just felt like Filoni was talking about Andy as well. So
Yeah.
Oh man.
yeah, and what else? Yeah, I've been continuing, like you said the other week, Chris. You've been buying random Chewy shit, Chewbacca
Mate.
stuff in honor of Andy, and
Soundbite it. I'm a Chewy guy now.
yeah,
Yeah. I love.
I mean, I
Chewie
am a
now.
Chewy guy, but I'm really a Chewy guy now. So
I mean, not to like degrade on Chewie or anything, but any dog person probably really loves Chewie, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I've got a few bits and pieces. I mean, it's too hard to show you now, but everything that I bought at Celebration off the show floor was pretty much Chewy stuff.
Yes.
I even got a Chewy Bendham,
Brilliant.
Oh,
Chewy Bendham.
Fucking
What?
Bendham's, mate. 90s
Nice.
special.
This other one I got. Have you heard of Kubrick? So I got a
Yes, mate.
Chewy-
Yeah.
a
Oh,
Chewy
nice.
Kubrick. I don't know if you can see that.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got a
For
few
for the folks
Ewok
at home.
Kubricks.
Yeah, they're good. So yeah, I'm definitely a Chewy guy. I'm going to keep the collection going for Andy, and yeah, good times. We miss him.
We certainly do, mate. I didn't talk about this last week because Kev wasn't here, and I'm not going to talk about it this week because Kev's not here. But me and Kev were privileged enough to go to his funeral the other week, and we want to give it the time that it deserves to talk about, and I want to talk about it with Kev because it was super emotional, and there's things that our Star Wars friends need to know and need to hear that his family told us. So we just want to share that with everyone. So yeah, that's why we've not talked about it so far, because I want to be with
Do it
Kev
right.
when we talk about it. Yeah, do him justice. But yeah, I'm definitely a Chewy guy now, and
I'll sign about that.
just we'll talk about it. But spoiler alert is his Chewy and his Chewy collection at the wishes of his family is going to be distributed amongst friends,
Oh man.
space friends, and they're bestowing that upon me and Kev to look after and distribute around the world. So yeah, we'll all have a piece of Andy.
Yeah.
But cool. We'll talk about that when Kev gets back.
For sure.
Wicked. So Japan sounded rad, mate, and it looked awesome. Super jealous. Where does it rank though, mate, in the celebration rankings?
Careful. We weren't there. No, I'm
Ooh.
just kidding.
Uh,
I got a big smile on my face. Like, oh, what's he gonna say? What's he gonna say? No, I think that. Yeah, I don't think
no,
you can.
I don't know because they're all different. Like
you can't
yeah,
put one of. Yeah,
You think
I've
about
got.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Chicago was just like that. It was like the spark of something, spark of celebration for us, for most of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Anaheim. We all know what happened there.
Chris and I do. We heard it all night.
Yeah, we heard it.
Two
Well,
good
I wouldn't
friends
say all night, mate. We heard it for about a minute.
Yeah, a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Amoeba Records and all those sort of things, and then
Yeah.
London was rad too. So like, yeah, all equal, all good.
Awesome.
But yeah, I was worried with Japan there was going to be less people that I knew, but it turned out, there's people everywhere that you kind of know across the years, and
Yeah.
yeah.
And I love what you said there about you tried to make this celebration more about spending time with friends rather than queuing up for exclusives or
Mate,
getting the news first. And
there was
I
so
think
many
that's,
people on this forum that I was on complaining about the celebration store, and it's like the queues were 3 hours as usual, and it's just a mess. It's always going to be a mess at the celebration store, and
Yeah.
in the end, it's just shit that you don't need.
Hey, fun
you could-
fact. I've been
you
to
could-
4 celebrations and never been to the store.
Oh, that's the spirit, mate. That's the spirit. But like you think about that, like if you're in a queue, that's 3 hours you don't have to spend with your friends.
Exactly.
yeah.
And but I got to thank Catherine for getting me some Sabat cards, and Kim and Andrew got me it's like a Chewbacca what do you call it? Lanyard, a Chewbacca lanyard holder, like a strap.
Right.
Lanyard
Oh, sweet.
holder, yeah. So that it's always good to have friends in the queue, and they buy stuff. So but yeah, it's all about friends, really, space friends.
Yeah. You goddamn right it is. Wicked. Shall we transition to Andor?
Yes, mate.
I think so. It's a good ass TV show, I'll tell you what.
It's all right, isn't it? Yeah. 3 more good eps. Nice one. Right. See you next week.
It's good value. So, do you want to lead it, or do you want to?
No, mate. I'm not very good at leading stuff.
Oh, we
I'm
got
not.
episode 4, 5, 6. Ever been to Gorman? Is the first one. I Have Friends Everywhere is the next one, and then What a Festive Evening is the last one. They all run together for me. because they've been releasing in
Yeah,
3 at a time.
yeah.
Any let's just go around the horn and be like, any standout scenes, any opinions overall so far? I assume we all like it, but maybe if you don't, you can mention that too. But I'll start off by saying, Chris, go ahead.
No, this show's great, isn't it? Like, it's no
Yeah.
denying it. We all think it's fucking brilliant. It's just a league above. It's a different kind of show. I don't want to say it's better than it. It is better than the other shows, but it's a
For
different
an
kind of show,
adult,
isn't it? Yeah,
it 100% is. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's made for adults. Like that's the
Absolutely.
thing.
yeah. Could do with a few more little creatures in there, but I'm happy. It's all good. Yes, I did really enjoy this arc. I preferred the first arc. I thought the first 2 episodes in this one, I don't want to say they dragged, but it's just that slow burn, isn't it? Like
Yes.
the last 20 minutes of that 3rd episode, mate, I thought I was going to curl a shit out or something. I was that tense. I was like super like on edge.
Curl a shit out. I love it.
Yeah, mate. An anxiety poop, mate. It was getting tense, innit? It was the music.
Yes.
The music in the show is fucking great. But yeah,
Mhm.
good arcs, building. Less Andor in this arc, more concentrating on other characters, I thought.
Yeah, we got Saw Gerrera stuff. So
Oh,
that's
mate.
Oh,
cool.
Saw Gerrera.
What a gift, mate.
Yes.
Did you ever think you'd see Saw Gerrera, mate, off his head, mate, smoking
High
fucking
on
space
some gas.
crack, mate? What?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, unbelievable.
I mean,
Every
some
time he
people
opens his
probably do
mouth.
it. I mean, when you were kids, did you ever like at a gas station and be like, "That kind of smells good"? I mean, that's essentially what's going on.
It's like over the. It's coming up on 6 years that I've been on this podcast, and I've kind of ruined 2 Star Wars characters for myself. One's Palpatine and one's Saw, because every time they both talk, I just like automatically like think about myself doing stupid impressions of them.
Yeah.
Like when we saw Sif in the cinema, me and Kev were just wetting ourselves because we were just like, once
Same.
more, that's it. And it's the same with Saw, mate. When he talks, it's just like every day. Brilliant. But yeah, no, it's great. Not to ramble on a bit. Yeah, it's really good.
What do you think of those birds?
Birds. What
You
birds?
mentioned creatures, so like I was on Gorman, those birds like flying around, and they got the huge like
Yeah.
breasts or something.
I didn't even see them.
You didn't notice them? Oh shit!
No.
I noticed the birds. Part of the outdoor cafe, there was some food on
Yes.
the table, and the birds. Yeah.
Right.
There's some
At first, I was like, "Oh, they're like birds, like on Earth, like and they're not gonna do anything weird with them." And then they did, because
Yeah.
they zoomed in on the cafe and they're like on the table, and there's like they like it's like they breathed in too much air. That's how they look. Like there's like chest just like puffed out.
I think this, when you watch as a Uber nerd like us, when you watch Star Wars for the first time, like new Star Wars content, it's too much in it. It's like it's almost
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
because we've got to squeeze. When me and Kev normally watch the Star Wars shows together, we'll watch it like twice that evening. We'll watch it once through, and then we'll watch it again and chat about it, and we'll then like pick up and point on stuff. Because you got to do these 3 episodes in one sitting. It's almost too. I really like it because it's like getting a fresh movie every week.
Yeah.
But I've not got that time to like, especially when I end up like almost having an anxiety shit because it's that tense. I don't want to put myself through it again. So I've not watched them again. Does that make sense?
I'm similar.
So I'm missing things because there was like, have you watched the Declassified thing that comes on YouTube?
No,
every
I've
week?
not. No.
They're really good. So they break down the 3 episodes on the Star Wars channel,
nice.
like Gilroy and there's like talking head sections with Diego and stuff. And they showed a scene in that plaza, like a behind the scenes thing. And this guy had got like this sloth, like a space sloth, like
Nice.
cuddling a fucking sloth. And I love sloths, mate. I don't know if I've ever talked about how much I love a good bloody sloth.
I like sloths
What
as well. Yes.
what an animal that's got life figured out. You know what I mean? They don't mess around, mate.
They
The only
don't.
thing they get, they come down once a week, mate, to take a shit and then go back up. That's it. Brilliant. There's a space sloth, mate. So yeah, I'm just missing the bits like that.
Yeah.
I've rambled
I-
a little bit there, but yeah.
No, it's
No,
good.
Go
I
on,
agree.
Turbo. Sorry.
I was going to say, I have the same problem when I first watch a new Star Wars. So
Yeah.
I focus too much on the visuals first, right? And
Yeah.
I forget what anyone is saying. And I'm trying to spot things. And then I get to the end, I'm like, I don't know what happened. I don't know who.
Do you guys struggle with watching it with subtitles versus not? Because you want to watch without, but then you're like, but there might be like some cool juicy info in the subtitles.
Yeah. So I basically watched the first run without subtitles just to focus on the like the whole bigger picture kind of visual thing. But I think in Andor it's difficult. So yeah, second viewing I always put the subtitles on and just focus on the dialogue. And
Yeah.
then you sort of get a picture of what's happening.
That's normally what I do because I would watch it alone, no subtitles, late at night, and then second time I watch it is with my children because usually it's okay for children, and I do subtitles and they can ask questions. I don't care because I've seen it already.
Like as an example,
But
that
this, it's not working.
the first time I saw Saw Gerrera's, I think end of episode 5 when they put that device in and extract the rhydonium or whatever. And he was just talking. It was like he was speaking a different language. I couldn't. Like he was on another
Yeah.
planet. Like, and I loved it. I knew I loved what I was hearing. But he was talking about his sister, and he was talking about like Onderon, and I was like, this is wild. I need to go back and listen to what he said because
It's
I love.
it's good lore shit.
Yeah.
But like other stuff was happening at the same, like, the kid was there like, what is this guy doing right now? Like, and you're like, yeah, you have to listen it because of that.
Yeah.
Did you like it overall so far?
Oh,
Enjoying it?
I'm digging it. I absolutely love it, and I'm kind of enjoying the 3 at a time. I know it's difficult to absorb, but
Me too.
I think I mentioned it on Spelt Out. Like we all watch it as a family. Well, actually, Toby doesn't, but Pip and Luke are there. She sort of said if you watched, say, episode 4 only by itself, it would be a bit of a not a letdown, but just nothing happens. And if you were to wait another whole week for 5, then it may not flow as well for the non nerds like us.
Yeah, I get that, yeah, mate. Yeah.
So I think to try and attract a new crowd or trying to keep the momentum going for new or casual fans, I think they need the 3 there.
I've got friends at work though that don't watch them all in one sitting. Because
Yeah.
I'll go in the next day and be like, "Oh, did you watch Andor?" They were like, "Oh yeah, I watched the first one. Yeah, we're gonna watch the others later this week." And I'm like, oh, "Come on, just get through them."
They're right there. Just watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You're right
my
there,
friend.
you're right there. You are here.
My friend Andy, he's been on the pod a long time ago. But anyway, he hasn't started this season yet. But he was talking to me, and he's like, "Man, problem with season 1 was they should have like released 3 episodes at a time, in their arcs that they did." And I was like, "Well, let me tell you, season 2 is where you're what you want." So like it's like people wanted, like he thought season 1 would have been better that way, and I think so too. Generally, I know the first 2 episodes were good, like releasing them together, but I think it was a good thing doing this. It's just hard as a podcaster. Know what I'm saying? Like talking about all 3 all at once. So that's the whole thing.
Yeah, they all kind of blend, like mash into. It's just one episode to me. Do you know what I mean? It's just a long bit. But yeah, I'm digging it, mate. It's great. Looking forward to seeing. It's just going to get more intense in it. It's going to be more anxiety poops coming.
We'll do a little talk on the recast for
Yeah.
Bail Organa, but I wanted before that the scene with Krennic. I think
And
that
Mon
was these
Mothma.
3. Yeah, is that this 3? Am I like?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, this is this 3.
That's
Okay.
episode 6.
God damn,
Yeah.
it's all melding together. Where they're trying to remove the listening device from the artifact,
Yeah.
and then they're all talking. They're like tense, like, "Oh my
Yeah.
god, hurry up!" And then she's like bleeding in her hand, like trying to like remove.
That's what I mean, mate. I was squeezing one out, and then you got that fucking. They're trying to rob all them guns
Mm-hmm.
on bloody Gorman. It's just too tense, mate. Too tense for me.
Yep. Oh yeah, and Cinta and all that. Oh, man.
But I love how such as I wouldn't say it's simple, but it's like they're trying to get the guns and they're trying to get this listening device, but just such a simple. I call it a simple action scene. It's not overly complex. There's
Right.
not too much going on, but they concentrate that so well and build out the tension like nothing else I've ever seen.
It's
at all.
execution.
It's
Like they
just-
are. It's the same in the first season with the heist. Like it.
Yeah.
I remember watching it for the first time, like I didn't realize I didn't take a breath. I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta breathe." Like I'm like on the
Yeah.
edge of my seat. Like what is gonna happen? It's the same. It's well executed, well written for something like simple, right? Like a simple thing, and they just do it so well, so well.
Yeah. And I kind of like more so in this season as well that you see the everyday lives of the Empire and like just people having a caf or a cup of coffee or
Yeah.
there's lots of cakes in this episode as well or this season.
Yeah.
And just you've got what's his name, Lonnie, the spy at that party, just having drinks with his mate, like just all these sort of little things that you don't in other Star Wars. You just think of the empires as just sort of cold, calculated kind of. They're the baddies, but you don't see what they do in their day-to-day lives. Like, I mean, you look at Cyril and Deirdre, like just what's
Brilliant.
going on. They're domesticated and they're living in an apartment. I think they're separated in this one, but just seeing their day-to-day lives, this show does that so well compared to anything else,
Oh.
really.
That's a whole nother thing. Dedra, Cyril, it's like, is she using him? Is she using him? She is, but like, is there actual love there? Like, I don't know. And then, like, also in terms of Dedra, is she being used? Is she a fall guy, girl, for whatever's happening on Gorm? You know what I mean? Like, is shit gonna erupt on Gorm and they're gonna be like, it's her fault? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't. Like, I'm just like
I
throwing
think
into the
there
wind
is
here, but-
some sort of attraction there, but she's so what's the word? She's so cold that she doesn't know what she's feeling. Like
Mate,
she,
have you
Yeah, it's
ever
her
seen
upbringing. She doesn't know.
she doesn't
you ever
know how
seen
to
a more-
deal with her emotions.
a more
So-
awkward welcome home
ve-
kiss in your life?
Exactly, yeah. And turn off the lights.
Turn off the
I mean,
lights, mate.
You've got
Brilliant.
1 hour.
So she was raised literally by the Empire, like
Yeah.
no parents.
Yeah. So she
Which
doesn't
is
know how to love or what love looks like.
Yeah.
She's probably feeling this awkward thing with Cyril, and she
Yeah,
doesn't know
like
how to
what
deal
am I
with it.
feeling right now? Yeah.
But at the same time, I think she's using him, obviously, because
Yes,
her and Partagas are not telling him the full picture of what's going to happen on Gorman.
that too.
Mm.
And I get the feeling, I don't think Cyril's going to switch sides, but I think Cyril's just such a stickler for the rules. Like he's in the Department of Standards or whatever. He loves doing his job to the T and like doing his paperwork. He loves the Empire, but I think when he sees what's going to happen on Gorman, he may disagree with it. I think, and I think he may switch sides. Or that's my theory.
Yeah, that was a true and false question in our thing. We'll see how that goes. I think it was. I don't know.
It was, mate, yeah. Well, something similar, I think. We talked
Yeah.
about him joining the rebellion or doing something against the Empire. But yeah. Switcheroony. Yeah, I can see that. I
Mhm.
can see that coming. especially when he finds out that she's using him, which she clearly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder if she's being used as well. You know what I mean by like party
Yeah.
guys and stuff.
But
But
Cyril's excited because he's like, oh wow, they really value me. They're making me a spy. I'm going to do all this cool shit.
Yeah.
yeah, he's like a kid,
Man.
and they're like, yeah.
I just felt so sorry for him when he was like, "This is the greatest day of my life." I was like, "Fucking hell, mate!"
If that's the greatest day of your life, holy
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
Brilliant.
This is more of like a Jimmy thing, but like, what do you guys think of Krennic's uniform with the
Oh, he's got the sash.
sash?
It's like,
yeah, the
it's
black.
like Party Krennic. Party Krennic.
Yeah. I liked it. I don't know, and then the epaulets on his cloak and shit, like it was good.
Yeah.
I just wish he was in it more. Just get him in it.
Me too.
He's just great. He's just fucking brilliant, isn't he? Like in the first arc, just chewed the scenery and acted like just acted the shit out of that scene when he was telling everyone about the Gorman mission, and then just having the face off with fucking word
Mothma.
off with Mothma, mate. It's just brilliant. What's that bit?
was
What did he say? Something
so
about
good.
your terrorists to my rebels or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
what he
right.
said,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
fucking brilliant.
That's so good. That's so good. So speaking of, because Krennic was in Rogue One, now let's move to Bail Organa. So
Yes.
so like we see him leaving a party as she's going to the party, and it's like a little intro into sorry, we couldn't get Jimmy Smith. So this is what's his name, Brat? Forget his first name, but
Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Bratt, yes. Honestly, I'm fine with it, but like, I wish we kind of like knew about it beforehand. Like, I don't know, like maybe not. I don't know.
I got spoiled on this a while ago.
Yeah, I got spoiled as well.
Oh, you
So
did?
I knew this was coming, so it wasn't a shock.
Well, shit, you should have told me. I'm just kidding.
I can't say I'm not gutted because I've talked about it before how much I love Space Jimmy Smiths. But obviously this scheduling's a thing in it.
Do you think it was scheduling or money?
I think
Or
it's
both?
scheduling. I think Gilroy said we tried everything we could and we just couldn't get it to work.
Yeah.
I've heard multiple interviews with Gilroy about that, and he didn't specify either. but
Mentions
did talk-
both, I think.
He mentions both. He talks about how hard it is to get legacy characters back. It might be time, it might be money, and he didn't say which one.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, which makes me think it's money. But anyway, I don't care. I wish Jimmy fucking Smith was in it. Anyway. So he's not, and I'm fine. I'm actually fine with it. The recast. I just wish it was done a little bit better, which this might end up being okay because it's kind of like here's a taste. The next arc's going to have a lot of him, but here's a taste. Get over it. Here we go.
Yeah, I think he's definitely going to be in it a lot more, and that's why we just got a snippet of him, so it wasn't so much of a shock when you get to the meat and potatoes of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because he's instrumental in all of this. So
yeah,
it's.
I mean, if he's not in it, and it was just that bit, like why even put that bit in it?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anything else? Let's see.
What about Bix's PTSD?
Oh yeah, so they're on Coruscant.
Yeah, it's
I
in a
kind of
safe
like
house.
this. We're seeing Coruscant from like a different view, from like a
Yeah.
fucking shitty apartment, which
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
is not that shitty. It has a pretty good view.
Well, a lot of those shots are from the Barbican where I was staying in London.
Oh, nice.
And I've got a few photos which line up perfectly with those.
Oh, really?
In London, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's brutalist architecture, just kind of browny grey colors, just dull kind of looking.
England.
Hey, what'd you guys think of that grocery store scene? Where she's like trying to be like normal and he's just like, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, they're trying to show that they're trying to have a normal life, but there's still that level of paranoia there, and
Yeah.
Cassian's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here." But what do they buy?
He's so
Pizzos?
far gone. Like he can't even live normally. I feel like he's so far like paranoid, which he should be for what he does. But
And they buy some chilies or something. Did you see that?
dude, that whole store, I was like looking, like I'm like, wow, they went into detail. Like
Yeah, there's
all
lots of detail.
all the products on the shelves and stuff.
All the packaging, all the
very
products
nice.
are all kind of crazy.
This
yeah.
is what I mean. I don't even remember this scene. I don't even remember. Have I watched
some
all these
melons.
episodes?
She
Yeah,
asked
like
for some melons.
am I caught up?
Yeah.
Oh, the other one was the other. It wasn't a shop. It was like this.
Oh, where he's
underground-
getting ready to go to Gorman, right? The like clothing.
Yeah, but he knocks on the door. I think Luthen gives him a contact to get his what is his name, Valerian Sky cosplay.
Oh, his
Effectively,
identity. Yeah.
his identity. Yeah, and he rocks up, and there's a woman there. She comes out, and she tells this guy,
it's
"What's his?"
been
he
on
looks
job,
like-
she hasn't she? Just like getting
Yeah,
freaky with that fucking weird guy.
Well, the weird guy to me, he looked like Dolph Lundgren or something. Well, it looked
He
like
looked disappointed.
it looked like something out of that vibe was something out of like The Fifth Element or something like that. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I get that.
Kind of vibe. Just those sort of weird interactions is it's fun. It's good to see the underground of Coruscant, I'd say.
Agreed. I like it. If any of that underground, it makes me want Nar Shaddaa more. You know, that whole Vegas moon of Nal Hutta. But I don't know if we'll ever get it. We'll see. It's mentioned a lot, like in TV shows and stuff. But I don't know. I want it. This is close enough. It's good. Anything else we want to talk about? Bix is dealing with like a drug issue because she's coping with her torture, and
the
then
blue drops of
we hope this concludes her issues when she goes and what did you guys think of this? When she goes and takes out her
Dr. Gorst.
torturer,
Dr. Gorst, yeah.
Dr. Gorst.
Well,
That
it was
rad.
It was
I
great.
was like, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the other two times we've seen Dr. Gorst is in sort of flashbacks, not flashbacks, when she's having daydreams or bad dreams, or
Yes.
and I was like, is this real? Like, did he really kill
Yeah,
him?
that's
Which
what I
is-
was thinking.
But
And then when she
I
walked,
realized,
walked out and shot that guy, I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
yeah. No, I think that's real. I think that's kind of closure for Dr. Gorst.
Yeah.
But,
And I think this goes back to Lonnie helping, right? Because he overheard
he overheard
that
that
Gorst was getting a whole thing.
Yeah, the Emperor was interested in Dr. Gorst's program and was going to expand that. But I bang on about this all the time. But I think every episode, I need to go back. Every episode has a cake in it, or a cake or a pastry, and they really focus on these things, right? That you mentioned the birds. The birds are hovering over that table with the leftover. It looks like a cake or a pastry. There's a whole lot of cakes in that party, and then I don't know if you noticed this one. Cake spotter, Dr. Gorst comes back.
Yeah,
to
he
his
had a
office.
cake with him, didn't he?
He's got a box with a cake in it.
Does.
And I'm like, is this some
It,
sort
it's
of
cool. The box was really cool looking. It was like a had like a
Well, the
little
other thing is, did he have a cake? And I thought, was Dr. Gorst at that party?
party.
And
Maybe
did he take some leftover cake from the party?
Interesting. Did
I don't know,
Cassian
I've
have
just
some
got-
cake as well? Didn't he? When he met that woman in that cafe.
Yeah, he did.
From
Yep,
the-
he had a cake. He had
from
a
the-
coffee or a caf and a plate of cake. Yeah.
when he told her, "What the fuck? You're an amateur. This is Bush League. I'm out of here."
Fucking amateurs.
What did you think to the whole like French resistance?
Oh yeah, do you like the language thing? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, at first
Like
I thought
not
it was.
French, but sounds like French or something.
It's the same. Yeah. I found that weird because I don't speak French, and I'm like, I'm waiting to hear a French word that I recognize,
Mm.
and it's not, but it sounds French. So,
Yeah, I took French in high school and college, and I was trying to, and yeah, it's definitely different, but it sounds French, which is on purpose, obviously.
yeah, I saw the declassified. They mentioned that. Yeah.
It's it feels a lot like, you know, the lead up to World War II,
Yeah, yeah.
which is what they're doing, obviously. But
I mean,
man, it's doing well, I
you
think.
you look at Tony Gilroy in interviews. Like, I love watching him. He's always talking about that he was fanatical about like revolutions, reading about revolutions, like Russian
Yes,
Revolution, all these
history.
kind of things. And he said he's just in. He loves it. He loves doing this. He loves putting that on screen and having just having a different take on it. But
Yep.
it's all the same thing. History repeats itself. So
You guys like Cassian in a nice dressed outfit, like when he went to Gorman in that as a
Mate,
what
I
was his
could
name?
watch
Valerian
Cassian.
Sky, I think it was.
yeah.
Varian Sky. Yeah. He had a
I
bit of a
think
I could
mullet
watch
going.
him.
A bit of a
Yeah.
mullet.
a little bit of a mullet. Yep. Yep. His
And his
outfit was
glasses,
pretty
mate.
sweet.
What are them glasses all about?
Dude,
Oh,
those glasses.
Fucking rocking the shades.
like
Yeah.
Bono. They were Bono glasses.
Yeah.
It's like Jimmy
No,
on
it's
a
good.
podcast.
Jimmy.
He likes his sunglasses.
I did find it a bit strange that like he didn't do anything on Gorman. Obviously, he scoped it out and went,
Yeah.
this is a recipe for disaster. Like
Mm.
they're useless. But I guess as a result, Luthen gets Val and Cinta in, which doesn't lead to a yeah.
Yeah. So this is another situation where Gilroy is awesome, because you know, like you introduce two people that love each other, and then one sadly dies, and it motivates the other one to just go fucking all in the
Yeah.
in the movement. You know what I mean? So I think that he's just showing that here, and it's sad, but this is what happens.
Yeah. I find it interesting that both of the majors, like Brasso's death and Cinta's death, we didn't actually see. It was off screen.
Off screen, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know
Well,
what is that just supposed to sort of show that it's kind of collateral damage in a way. Like,
yeah.
there was no like. To be honest, I would have thought Brasso would have done something heroic and died in the process, like saving his friends. But it was just a needless kind of death, I think.
Yeah. Also, I mean, I don't know. Like Andor was throwing a lot of blaster bolts from that Avenger. Who knows? Like one kind of strayed off, and no, I'm kidding.
What are you saying, Ed? What are you saying? But
That event, he's not experienced at using it, but I don't know. No.
No.
That would
And
not have happened.
the other thing that adds to the paranoia as well is like who's like either Val or Cinta was going to die, obviously,
Yeah.
because of the setup and the love scene and the them getting back together.
So, mate, as soon as she says, "Oh, I'll tell you when this is over," you're like, "I've seen enough films to know one of these fuckers ain't gonna find out what
That
she's
ain't
got to
gonna
say."
happen.
But what's interesting is that Luthen's been keeping them apart, Val and Cinta, and for whatever reason he brings them together here. But he's also been keeping Val away from Mon as well. Like Mon seems worried about Val,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I would have thought it was going to be Val dying, and then that would trigger Mothma, like Mon Mothma.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know. That's
What?
I
how
think.
Yeah.
I think
What's good?
Luthen is he's gonna end up losing control a little bit. That's my theory, because I think he's got a lot going on. I think he's got too much on the plate, and he's trying to juggle people's relationships because they're like, that's how you recruit them. You recruit one, they bring their significant other or whatever. And he's trying to deal with that on top of keeping fighting the Empire as number one versus, saving someone's loved one or something.
And he's got to
So
deal with like Saw Gerrera as well, the craziness of
yeah,
him.
yeah, that too.
Um,
That's part of it, all part of it. But I think we're gonna see going forward how it moves on from people like Saw and moves towards like people like Mon Mothma and Bale to a more organized alliance, if you will.
if you will.
Yeah, it's got to, hasn't it? How many other cells are there that we've not seen? Because by the time we get to Rogue One, like obviously the rebellion's like fully formed and organized and shit.
I wonder if Saw and his crew are going to land on Yavin and meet those idiot rebels on Yavin.
I don't think so. I don't
And
think
he's
they
going to
get
whip
that
him into
far.
shape.
I don't think they get that far. I think. So, I mean, these past few episodes showed it. Like their group is a gang. It's like dealing with another syndicate or cartel. They are just like kind of radical, and you saw it when they killed the dude over what's his name, Pluty or whatever, over Willman.
Flutie.
Yeah, and I would put money on Two Tubes planting that shit on him. Like he's like, oh look, there's a microphone
Yeah.
or whatever. Fucking Two Tubes.
But if that, yeah, that was a bit confusing whether he was set up or he truly was a spy.
Well, like
But it just adds to the
did show
paranoia.
him. It did show Pluty like worried about Willman. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, didn't you get that feeling, the vibe, like from like his facial expressions, like because Willman was like teaching him and stuff, and he's like, man, this guy's way smarter than I am. I can't do this shit. And then he's like talking. He's like, no, don't kill Willman. Like I don't think Pluty was actually a traitor.
Well,
That's just
no,
my theory.
I think there was something in there. Remember, Pluty was showing that he was worried about remembering all the combinations. I think there was like
Yeah.
5 or 6 combinations. And so he asked Saw, I just need to narrow it down to one combination. I need to know where we're going to be.
Yes.
And then Saw goes, oh, hang on, he's asking. And then that location that they were going to go to was a red
Oh,
flag.
right. Forgot about that.
It was a red flag.
Maybe
so
he is actually.
And that's why Saw didn't go to the location he told him, because it was...
My bad. Yeah.
Mate, how many times you watch this shit?
Twice.
You watched it twice. That's why.
And
I only watched
this is the
it
second
once.
time I've talked about it. I talked about it with Josh, Star Wars Spelt Out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense. So maybe he is actually Empire or whatever, traitor.
But it regardless, it still just adds to that paranoia. Like it's like you just can't trust anyone.
Well, it
Saw
goes back.
can't, can he?
Yeah.
Saw's
Are you here to kill me?
Full on crackhead now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Like, I thought in Rogue One that pipe thing was like to help him breathe. I think he's got like he's getting
Radonium.
high on that shit, mate.
Yeah, he's got radonium in that.
That's
Yeah, he's getting burnt. He's getting burnt from the
built-in
inside.
bong, mate. That is. Yeah, he loves it.
That's fucking That just makes his character so much better.
I just love some of the things. It was almost like he was talking to the Rhydonium. He was like, "I have always loved you."
Yeah, yeah.
It was just high as. Yeah.
Quality.
What's the name of the creature he has in Rogue One? I have a mind block. The
Gullet.
Truth telling Gullet. Poor Gullet. Yeah,
Mate,
I want to.
What do you mean you got a mind block on?
I mind block. I fucking forgot. Anyway, poor Gullet. Yes. I want to see the origin of him finding that creature too. That'd be cool.
It would be, but we're not going to get that, are we?
Yeah, we're not going to get it.
We've got a lot to cram in, mate. These next 2 arcs, I think.
Yeah.
In order for I thought we'd see more of the like rebellion getting organised by now.
I
But it's
I'm
like we're
guessing
building
that's
up to
the
this
last
fucking
the last
Gorman
arc.
thing, aren't we? So does the last arc go straight into Rogue One, or is there a year between the last arc and Rogue One?
I think it goes straight in because
No, but
the
it's
first one
BBY
said BY.
BBY
Four.
1. I'm guessing
Yeah,
they do
so,
that year before, and then maybe the final scene is him into Rogue One.
Ring of Kafrine.
Ring of
Yeah.
Kafrine, yeah.
Dude, I'm
Yeah,
excited.
love it.
You guys excited? I'm excited.
Yeah, mate. It's just a shame that it's one and done, innit? After this, it's like that's it. That's all we're getting.
I think it's a shame, but it's also a blessing because it makes for good writing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You know, they know the ending. They just like crafting the way to get to the ending. Whereas like when shows don't know the ending and they're just trying to like continue it for money, that's when it gets like
Yeah.
badly executed and weird.
Like the Rise of Skywalker.
I was gonna mention the sequel trilogy, but I was like, should I? Anyway,
No, but it's clear that they didn't know how to end it properly.
yes, yes.
Or have a plan from the word go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Any other words on Andor, Celebration, Star Wars, anything? We miss anything?
I was just thinking, if I've missed any bits.
It's
We talked
hard.
about talked about.
There was that.
There's
There
just
was
so
that
much going on, isn't there?
There was that Good Morning Coruscant TV show.
Yeah,
That's
that
fucking
had like holiday special vibes. And
do
it's
you know?
Ruby
Do you
Wax.
guys? Ruby Wax, mate. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Me and Kev were like, Ruby Wax. What the fuck? Like ×2 as well. Like playing like two characters. Like
what's Ruby?
that was
what?
mad. The woman on that. I knew that was the case because I said this to Kev. I says, I wonder if the Americans will know who Ruby Wax is because she's really famous on British TV, but she's an American. So I just wondered if she's like, because we get quite a few Americans over here that are more famous over here than they are in America, if that makes sense. I don't know if she's ever done. I don't know if she's a personality over there or not, but
Not
yeah,
really.
Ruby
She
Wax,
was in
mate.
Australia. We don't really see her much anymore.
Oh, was
so,
she? Yeah.
Yeah. Sort of late 90s,
Random.
early 2000s, yeah.
Yes, mate. Yeah, Ruby Wax. That was mad.
So
Did you
that's
mention
kind
that
of
on Spelt Out?
Don't remember. Don't remember.
Yeah. Now that I googled her, yeah, I could see the vibes. Similar.
But yeah, definite holiday special vibes, you know. Like the cooking show. I don't know if you remember the Whip Stir lady. What's her name?
Yeah.
Just kind of like
yeah,
like
that was mad.
Yeah.
Like that the video about the spiders in the first arc. Just
yeah.
Totally out of. I don't know. It just almost seems like off with the whole vibe of the show.
It's just propaganda within Star Wars.
Yeah.
This old
and then
film kind of thing.
This little TV show as well, like Good Morning Coruscant.
Good Morning Coruscant.
Just seems dead out of place with the show, but also really worked. Like,
well,
it's so
I think,
propaganda too. It's fun.
I think this season compared to the first season has a little bit more wackiness or Star Wars craziness into it. Just
a
few seeds planted, like, you know. There could be a few more creatures, but
definitely could be more aliens and creatures.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get that.
I will say when like Cinta gets shot by the dude that shouldn't have had a blaster, right?
Yeah.
And Val like you're sitting in Val's shoes watching it, you're like, you just want to scream at the guy, like, you mother, but she held. Her character is just like so cool. She held back on just like punching him to death or something. I don't know, like, and she was just like, you need to step up and be better than that kind of thing.
Well, she just took him down, didn't she? Her words were more powerful than any like physical damage could have done. just destroyed him. Basically, you stupid little boy.
Yeah.
Made him
But
feel
you
worthless.
would
and-
hope that he does something. So maybe in the next arc he learns from that, and you see him
steps up.
fighting
yeah.
a bit. Yeah, steps up.
Yep.
The other thing was Luthen and Clea. That whole relationship. They're starting to freak out about how many different voice recorders they have and bugs and all that kind of stuff. And Clea's like trying to keep up with. She's on a little DJ device, like scanning through the radios and stuff. But they seem to be losing track of who they're tracking in a way.
Yeah.
They got too much going on.
Too many plates spinning.
Too many plates. spinning, that's the
Paranoia's
one.
kicking in. It's all good, mate. It's good, innit? It's good shit. This is. I
Yeah.
can see it all coming together. Is it
So the
Wednesday
next-
yet? Come on.
Oh, sorry. The next 3 are written by Dan Gilroy, Tony's brother.
Oh,
Nice.
I don't know what that means, but he's
we got
He's-
episode titles. Do we know what they're called?
no. Well, not on Wiki. But that's not this kind of podcast, right? Just Google it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Google it.
No, Dan Gilroy's worked on written on things like Nightcrawler.
What's that? I don't know what that is.
I think he helped out with season 1 as well.
It's with Jay Gyllenhaal, and he did help with season 1. Yeah, so
Oh, I do know what that is. Yeah, I've seen that.
I did find out that Tony Gilroy's son, and I think his nephew or something, were the two rebels in the two rebel leaders on Yavin 4, bickering against each other.
oh, nice.
That was Tony Gilroy. One of them was Tony Gilroy's son, I think.
Brilliant. There's no episode
Nice.
titles on IMDb, mate.
Gotta check Reddit. Just kidding.
Yeah. Google it.
We're
Sweet.
excited here. Give us all of it. Anything else?
I think that's it, mate. It's
That's it.
fucking great. What a rad TV show. Blessed that we've got it.
Yep.
Because after
Well-
this, mate, it's fucking Gosling in it in a fucking X-wing. Shit up. Can't wait.
It's been an hour and 37 minutes, so we'll call it. Thanks for listening, and let her rip.
Potato chip.
Cheers, guys. Cheers for coming on, Turbo. Bloody Ripper, mate. Bloody Ripper. Look after yourself, everyone.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Cheers.
This party's over.